All right, welcome Zeno. Welcome. Thank you for the compliment. We are halfway through now. We are reading a log by Observer September, which the last one we read from them was 2265. Very recent. 2265 was the very good one. It was the does it have the title here actually? Let me see. Dinner with Andrew. Yep. That's the one where the one of the researchers was like stuck in the pizzeria with another researcher for 2 years, while being on a time loop that every week reset it. And he's the only one who remembered, and his fellow researcher didn't. So that was a really good one. So let's see what Observer September wrote. Great ideas that are totally useless in brackets lulz. We had a couple of like, okay, there's actually an extended. Oh boy, we found it, guys. We found the long one. We found the long one. Here we go. It's gonna take a while. I'm glad I got my whisper reading done already, because if I did that with this one, yeah, that would have been a bit of an issue. But let's go. Object class, safe. Special containment procedures, SB2305 is to be contained in a standard high-value storage locker in Site 68. Once weekly, a Foundation researcher is to record the -A instance currently displayed and archive it onto a secure Foundation server. -A neutralization methods are not to be attempted without the approval of a member of the O5 Council. And here we have a picture that says, great ideas that are totally useless, lulz. Just like the title says. SB2305 is a sheaf of US letter paper stapled on the top left corner. Written on the front page in black permanent marker are the words, great ideas that are totally useless. Like totally useless in lush letters. Below in small text and parentheses is the word lulz, which, yeah, corruption of the internet slang term lol, which stands for laughing out loud, generally used to express amusement, mockery, or contempt, as well as a rude hand-drawn image of the Foundation insignia. It is pretty bad. It's actually kind of cute, but it's pretty bad. Once weekly, the contents of SB2305 will be altered with a new instance of -A. -A is a standard Foundation document nearly always written with level 4 clearance or above, which always contains the following. Oh, this is a very fun one? Good. I mean, most of the time when there's extended logs, extended experiment logs, I'm like, it's gonna be a good time. It takes a while, but it's gonna be a good time, usually. Now, even 914 was a good time, even though that took me 50 hours. Number 1. A description of a potential method by which to neutralize a Euclid or Keter class SCP object, typically going into great detail as to how, when, and where to execute the neutralization. On rare occasions, Archon class SCP objects have appeared in documentation. The SCP objects selected for neutralization have no consistent pattern in origin, location, anomalous properties, or level of danger. SCP objects appear to be selected at random. Attempts to temporarily reclassify SCP objects selected to safe status have no effect on the documentation. 2. An incident log detailing an attempt to neutralize the SCP object in the manner described in number 1. In all cases, the attempted neutralization will completely fail or otherwise backfire, typically at great cost of personnel and assets to the Foundation. Let's go check. A brief section following number 2 entitled The Moral of the Story. This section varies widely in content, ranging on subtle commentaries on the attempted neutralization to anecdotes, pop culture references, or insults directed at the Foundation. SCP-2305 has no effect on reality. All document neutralization attempts appear to be completely fictional. However, if an attempt is made at neutralizing the SCP object subject to -A documentation using the method described, said attempt will fail in a near identical fashion as described in the -A documentation. Minor variations. on the neutralization method have yet to yield successful results despite numerous attempts to date. SCP-2305 has yet to provide any useful information on how to neutralize SCP objects. For this reason, testing of -8 documentation is generally discouraged. Excerpts from SCP from -8 documentation log. -8 documentation is briefly summarized in the following format. To review the unabridged version of these logs, contact Site 68 Director Selves. So we have item, object class, proposed neutralization method, result of neutralization attempt, and the moral of the story. The moral of the story. Okay, so SCP-499. Oh god, it's been a while since I looked at majority of these motherfuckers. Okay, 499. Actually, I think that's in my old channel. Hold on, I kind of want to see that, because that's, I think. No, never mind. Because if I remember correctly, that's one that where I start doing single thumbnails and start to like, do the bulk uploads. So let's see if SB Explained has it. The old Sun. Yeah, no, that is. We still have the. Yeah. That still is one of the single upload. That's the old man that pushes a boulder, and that boulder basically controls is like influencing the sun. Yeah. Okay, object class Euclid. Proposed neutralization method SB-499 will be determined in accordance with standard humanoid neutralization protocols and will be replaced by an automated machine capable of moving -2 at the same rate that SB-499 previously did. A result of neutralization attempt: throughout the world, the sun is perceived as having not moved from its original point in the horizon, despite -2 being moved. Normal day/night cycle continues, and astronomical observations indicate the rotation of the sun and Earth are not affected, but the sun is nevertheless perceived as unchanging and unmoving by all human beings on Earth. Cover-up measure proves ineffective at preserving normalcy and secrecy. The moral of the story is: false eyes must hide what false heart doth know. This is a quote from William Shakespeare, Macbeth, with eyes standing in for the original wording phase. Okay, we probably have to like. Okay, there probably will be a bunch of SCPs that we have not read. So we will still read them. I personally will just have less of a clue what that is about. And I also have to like probably look back at some of the numbers again, because it's been a while. So let me just have the numbers ready next to me here, where you guys usually are. Actually, can I do this? Does this work? Yes. Good. Okay, I put in the corner there. So now we can look at that. So like, for example, 1032 is the prediction clock. There's an alarm clock with 22 hands, each counting down the specific. Oh yeah. Yeah. I remember that vaguely. Euclid. Proposed neutralization method: a modified reality distortion effect will be used to significantly slow down all hands on the clock to the point where none of its predictions will come to fruition, thus de facto neutralizing it. Result of neutralization attempt: reality distortion effect has opposite effect intended, greatly increasing the speed of all clock hands, especially -4 and -21, the latter two redacted. And the moral of the story: sic transit mundus. Oh god, going through all these again. Going back to like seeing what they're all about. Book of Letters. It's a philosophy book that changes the beliefs of its read. Oh yeah. Euclid. SCP-113A will be simultaneously held by 4 separate persons: an American biologist who identifies as an atheist, and an Epicurean, a theology professor and Christian apologist, a Buddhist monk, and a severely mentally disabled man with a test IQ of 67. It was theorized that the vastly conflicting worldviews of the 4 persons would result in bringing SCP-113A to its true neutral form. Just overloaded with different religions. Result of neutralization attempt: upon touching the book, all 4 individuals simultaneously suffered massive brain aneurysm. All subsequently died within 12 hours. SCP-113A permanently transformed into a book entitled The Triumph of the Unreal, attributed to an author named SCP-1138. In the book, it is proclaimed that the Foundation's mission to preserve normalcy is hopeless and that the anomalous world will eventually become known to the public and impossible to contain. From then on, SCP-1138 displayed a new anomalous effect. Any person reading its contents becoming convinced its thesis is correct, and becomes strongly opposed to the existence of the Foundation and other organizations designed to safeguard humanity from the anomalous. More of the story, always look on the bright side of life. Really? Is that the more? And then we have item SCP-1679, which I believe I do have on my channel. Let's see here. Yes, it is. Oh, it's the day. Item: Dr. AfroFluff object class. Formula killing method. Put Afro in a straitjacket in a room filled with like mental asylum, gaslighting him into believing SCPs weren't even real in his discovery logs and research was all hallucination in his mental episodes. Attempt AfroFluff when tried to kill said, "Don't even think about it. More of the story. Don't fuck with me." Yeah, basically. Effect is you are in a straitjacket, not me. I'm the one outside. I do the fucking what is it? What? Genjutsu, where you think you have me, but then at the end you find out it's actually yourself. So assassination of -1 via point blank sniper rifle shot. Immediately after -1 was shot, vital functions for all residents of SCP-1679 immediately ceased. Despite the apparent deaths of everyone in the town, utilities and other essential functions continued to operate normally, as if the residents of the town were still alive. 7 weeks later, it was found that when left unobserved, residents of SCP-1679 would move throughout the town, often frozen in position that mirrored their typical daily routines. Hobbs is real. Hobbs like Calvin Hobbs. Then we have, of course, 2135. 2135, come on. 2135, which is the New York in the 50s, yeah. Euclid Mobile Task Force Beta 10 Time Hoppers is dispatched into SB-2135, equipped with a nuclear warhead. Just blow it up! Beta 10 is instructed to arm the device and return to baseline reality via -A. Of course, Hobbs is are real. Asked my uncle. Asked my uncle Harry. What? I may have missed the reference there. Results of neutralization attempt. Members of Mobile Task Force Beta 10 return to baseline reality deceased, and in various states of dismemberment, the nuclear warhead returns armed. Dash does not leave 91st Street Station, and Foundation agents are unable to remove it. 3 hours later, the warhead detonates, destroying the island of Manhattan, causing a breach of secrecy from the Foundation. Stay out of my territory. Fair enough. Fair enough. And this one we just had. We just had that's last weekend, man. That's last weekend. No, that's not last weekend. Sorry, that's the mom who's trying to divorce the daughter from the lovable husband, and then gets everybody else trying to attack them. Still, I gotta say, that's still one of the more crazier ones that we read. Like, just because of how like messed up to think about it. Like it's a mother that like wants you to be separated from your loved ones so bad that even in the afterlife she keeps on doing it. Like it's like, oof. POY2 and POY3 will be forcefully separated and Mr. Class A amnestics. No. When we read that originally, they talked about it and we all agreed that would be fucking bullshit. Even one of the fucking Foundation members was like, after all they've been through, we're not gonna ruin their relationship on purpose. Like, POY4 would also be administered Class A amnestics and placed into foster care. I mean, yes, that's how you neutralize it. Yeah, I get it. Its idea is how to neutralize it, but how dare you? How dare you? How dare you suggest that after making us read that heartfelt, emotional journey of that woman's life and the husband's life and the child's life? No. I refuse. I refuse to participate in that action. If you even attempt to do that, you gotta go through me first. And Henry, you gotta go through us. SB 2190 remains dormant for approximately 2 weeks after POY 2, 3, and 4 are separated. After this time, approximately 40% of all cell phones in the Philippines are simultaneously flooded with calls coming from SB 2190, with the content of the messages consisting of SB 2190 crying and profusely apologizing for separating POY 2 and 3, claiming it made a mistake. In addition, SB 2190 refers to the Foundation by name and describes it as a horrible, horrible group of people, causing a breach of secrecy that was significantly difficult to cover up. Family is everything. Okay, I like the ending here that, like, even though the mom is, like, awful, is that, like, if the Foundation were to do something, that apparently she would actually apologize for everything. But at the same time, we cannot forgive the mom too easily. Like, she caused a lot of bullshit. Wait, what's it saying? Item. Xenom, object class, world ending, Napoleon killing. Sure, my man, sure. Put a spicy chick fillet sandwich in a sand-based trap. Xenom's fucking dead. Moral of the story: always eat food. No, dude, you're supposed to survive at the end. You're supposed to be alive. Item SCP. So this is now an item that we don't know. Well, I don't know. I'm still gonna read it because I'm not gonna memorize it anyway. Because until we get to this number, it's gonna be a couple months. So object class, but this will be a cute little, like, teaser for myself. It's really, to be honest, it's really odd because it's technically a spoiler, and I am against spoilers in chat. But then I am reading a technical spoiler here, so I don't know what to do, to be honest. But object class UK proposed neutralization method unique among -A instances. This instance produced several hundred proposed neutralization methods, resulting in SB 2305 becoming over 500 pages long for the duration of this instance manifestation. These proposed neutralization methods range from the simple setting the lease house on fire, to those already attempted, bulldozing the house, to extremely complex methods of destruction using a number of highly classified SCP objects. As is the case with the Foundation current record of SCP 2740, and again, uniquely among -A instances, there is no record of the results of these neutralization attempts. Results of neutralization attempt, NA, moral of the story, you mad, bro? Like how that one time, yeah, exactly like how that one time, and fucking Nuria, every single time. For additional logs of -A manifestation, please consult. Well, here we look at how long this is. Like I said, we gonna be here for a while, guys. But again, I'm trying to think if yeah, no, we gonna be here for a while. Although I'm probably not gonna do the whole, like, let's check which SCP that is, because that will just extend the duration it takes to read for this. We're just gonna read it now. Just gonna go down the line, because this is definitely gonna be, from the looks of the scrolling, this will definitely be an hour of reading. So we're going we're just gonna read it normally. We're not gonna care too much which SCP it is about. We're just gonna read, because most of the time it does explain it a little bit, so we should be fine. -A extended documentation log. The following is a collection of brief summaries of instances of -A. Researcher, and thanks for the reminder, Zeno, I appreciate that. Researchers are advised to enter the summaries in the following format. And the same format as before. So we have 002, which I do remember that one, Euclid. Pour a bottle of SCP-207 around 002's inside to examine if SB-002 will overclock. Results in neutralization attempt. SB-002 sprout legs near the bottom of the grove and proceed to run around its containment chamber. It is currently It currently hasn't stopped this behavior. Anything can get a sugar rush. Yeah, I remember those two. SCP-033 Euclid. Seek the help of SCP-079 in finding Theta Prime. Oh, yes. After, my god. Getting flashback to 4 years ago. Jesus Christ. After 4 hours of no results from SCP-079, SCP-079 shut off entirely, affecting neutralizing SCP-079 itself. Theta Prime is whatever you want it to be. It's just going... Oh, okay, that's just a different SCP. SCP-055, Keter, proposed neutralization method. Following several failed neutralization attempts by the Anti-Memetics Division, an attempt to... 055 was the unknown one, right? Like the... Oh, yeah, exactly. That's what it is. There is no 055. There is no Queen of England. Well, not anymore. I was trying to like quote Megamind, and then I immediately said an actual fact. There is no Easter Bunny, and there is no Queen of England. Following several failed neutralization attempts by the Anti-Memetics Division, an attempt to capture a total description of SCP-055 through the use of finite partitions of descriptive space was initiated. The initial coding schema assigned subsets of the continuum of prime numbers to descriptive tags, thus defining a set of descriptive composite numbers. After preliminary experiments, it was discovered that SCP-055 was 35 and thus had the attributes of data lost, per the schema. Or the schema? The Foundation proceeded to full description, ultimately resulting in a 289,672,521 digit recursively encoded composite number which described SCP-055 perfectly. Upon factorization, this number absorbed SCP-055's anomalous properties. Inductive proofs written during the encoding process led to the rapid propagation of this effect and data lost. Data lost, destruction of the quaserials, and data lost, anomalous proof showing that sets with cardinally, whatever that symbol is, exist. Data lost has been determined that n data lost, not data lost, and declared the real numbers. Theta Prime is only inconsistent in your head. SCP-079 Euclid. Submerged SCP-079 and all of its connected hardware in water while active. While staff were carrying SCP-079 to the chamber of water, SCP-079 realized that it was merely a simulation and began reverse engineering SCP-2305. SCP-2305 activated what it's called the Emergency Ink Scramble procedure before becoming dormant for 3 hours. SCP-2305 showed information relating to another object and since has not made reference to this incident. SCP-2305 never reached this section. That's how Prime makes sense, honestly. Yeah. SCP-087 detonate a nuclear bomb at the bottom of SCP-087. Isn't the staircase? Yeah, it's the staircase. The staircase of SCP-087 was entirely destroyed. By the way, definitely one of my favorites from the first 100. 087 is definitely one of my favorites. It was one of the SCPs that genuinely scared me the first time I read it, because I was like in my bedroom by myself reading it at night. So it genuinely just scared me. The staircase of SCP-087 was entirely destroyed, but neither the entity nor the now bottomless pit led anywhere. It was discovered that SCP-087 was an anomaly across the Earth and instead looped around the planet axis. At some point in SCP-087, it was found that the entity had instead killed subjects by turning a certain point in the pit into its mouth. Redacted. And then we have SCP-139-R, which I don't think we... OA7 is usually the first SCP most people read. Really? Interesting. Archive, that's what it stands for. Keter, incineration of SCP-139. Incineration chamber is destroyed, killing personnel attending to the chamber. A humanoid entity dubbed SCP-139-A, composed of fire and metal pieces, appears with SCP-139 as its head. He claims to be Sebita White, a high-ranking Devite general. Yeah, changes are noted in SB-140, addressing -A's revival and the return of the Devite heralded by -A. Activity is detected in Devite sites worldwide, unleashing entities believed to be Devite. Human civilization in Africa, Europe, and Asia is destroyed, replaced with the renewed Devite Empire. Humans residing in those regions are enslaved wholesale by the Devites. A resistance movement called Rebirth of Diatom is found in Greece, the Sahara, northwestern India, and the Urals, led by an individual named Grand Costis Ion. Humanity is centered in the Holy Pacific Coalition, a dictatorship controlled by the Global Occult Coalition, and an escaped SB-2131. Foundation personnel are actively hunted down by either the renewed Devite Empire, Holy Pacific Coalition, or Rebirth of a Diatom. The kill with fire is alright, but remember that a phoenix is born through fire as well. Yeah, that's very fair. My personal headcanon is that RCS are like in Arc Heaven in the SB universe. Okay. Oh yeah, Arcs are just deleted SBs. Yeah, no, I had a hunch. SB-233 had a destruction via an explosive measured 23 squared in size, capable of outputting 23 tons of TNT. Result of neutralization attempt after destruction. SB-233's effect seems to occur within 23.2323 degrees north and 23.2323 degrees west, which has been noted to be off the coast of Western Sahara, which grows at a rate of 23 meters every 23 microseconds. Human civilization becomes unable to function within seconds. Math is my least favorite subject. Item SCP-339. I inform SCP-2337 that SCP-339 intends to destroy the world's supply of strangle fruits and then place it in containment chamber. SCP-2337's vocalization will overload SCP-339's sensitive hearing, causing extreme sensory overload, successfully killing it. Result is SCP-2337 encounters SCP-339 and produces a sound that measures at over reduced dB, causing SCP-339 to expand and violently explode. A dark blue substance is ejected over the testing chamber, with some landing on SCP-2337. The substance is absorbed into SCP-2337's feathers, and before personnel can remove it, SCP-2337 screams. Evilus mode activates and grows dark tendrils around its body. SCP-2337 breaches containment and kills 17 personnel with a combination of its vocalization and tendrils. In addition to being much faster than previously recorded, before it can escape the facility, Dr. Virus tells SCP-2337 that it can have a year's supply of gummy worms if it stops, which immediately causes it to lose its tendrils and return to baseline behavior. Now that's why I call it a good villain arc. Fuck you. You kill people. You kill 17 people. SCP-457 nuclear potential. Okay, hold on. I want to see what the last number is. Okay, it actually goes through like beyond. But yeah, let's go on. SCP-457 nuclear potential killer. Controlled release of SCP-457 within a hermetically sealed testing chamber measuring 100 times 100 meters squared. Concurrently introducing SCP-054 into the same environment. Both entities exhibit heightened aggressive response on exposure. SCP-457's attempt at replication and spread were impeded by the continuous evaporation of vapors emanating from SCP-054, leading to an increase in humidity levels within the confined space. Consequently, both SCP-547 and SCP-054 underwent a reduction in size as they approached each other. After approximately 5 minutes, SCP-457 assumed a submissive posture before bowing before SCP-054. SCP-054 ceased its aggressive behavior and engaged in physical contact by holding SCP-457's hand, facilitating its upright position. Subsequently, SCP-457 and SCP-054 initiated a fusion process, transitioning into vaporized forms and inducing an escalation of pressure within the hermetically sealed chamber. Within the subsequent 120 seconds, the chamber experienced a catastrophic explosion, resulting in the release of a substantial volume of steam. The condensed steam materialized into SB054, while SB547 was liberated and initiated a combustion process, igniting the surrounding testing zone. When fire meets water, it's not always a steamy romance. Sometimes it's just an explosive relationship. Item SB487, Euclid. Have a team of personnel destroy all 3,294 items in SB487. After the destruction of 10 items, SB487 becomes hostile and begins modifying its interior to attack personnel. Personnel are violently burned, crushed on the rocks that appear from an unknown source, or drowned in rooms filled with water. You wouldn't want the random people to break your things, would you? Yeah, fair. 527. Euclid. Decapitation! I hope people know where that's from. Is that actually called that? Let me double check. No, that's not what it's called. Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah. So, again, I hope people hey, Kirby. I hope people know where that reference from when I said decapitation. No, I don't. It's from the video game Brutal Legend. It's literally a game all about metal, and rock. Main character voiced by Jack Black, and there's a moment when he decapitates a dragon with the castle he's supposed to protect, and he just comes in playing his guitar and goes, "Decapitation!" So yeah, Brutal Legend is like, it's like a cult classic. Like you had to be there when it came out. SB527 corpse disappears from Site 19's morgue after exactly 24 hours of its decommissioning. An extremely muscular humanoid with a fished head who claims to be Mr. Atlantis appears in the morgue and stages a containment breach using several aquatic anomalies which follow its command. This entity could not be located after this incident. A note was found in the place of SB527's body which said, "We are sorry you were unsatisfied with our product. For you have been an honorable customer, we have decided to replace this product with one which will be leaflets of higher quality. Enjoy, Dr. One Entertainment." If only Dr. One Entertainment cared about human rights as much as they did about customer rights. Guys, we barely reached a quarter. SB684. Oh, I'm interested how you're gonna get rid of 684. Euclid. Bombardment of SB684 and all stations within hotbox borders. Mobile Task Force Gamma 5 is to destroy any remains to prevent SB684 from reforming to full mass. I mean, that sounds a bit too simple. 7 years after SB684 is declared neutralized, Site 3069 reports that an unknown growth has appeared on a section of SCP 3069. An analysis of the growth reveals the presence of -1, signifying that a small percentage of the creature managed to survive. SB684 begins releasing a chemical substance similar to that released by SB3069, causing a major containment breach. The -1 instance, along with SCP-3069 substance, caused local wildlife to become much stronger and more hostile, making cleanup operations difficult. During this time, the Foundation receives reports from the Global Occult Coalition that the fortress city of Ganzir has begun exhibiting signs of SB684 growth. Oh shit. SB684 begins to replicate gear and personnel in the fortress, who then proceed to attack the personnel in the base under the guise of the original being taken over by the imposters. SB684 is eventually destroyed thanks to the combined efforts of the Foundation and the TOC in a full-scale military effort, though a considerable amount of personnel and resources are lost. Give someone an inch, they end up running a mile. Yeah, I mean, unrelated, but damn, I can't wait for Series 4. That's when SBs get really weird and really good. I mean, SBs have already been really weird. They've been weird since day one. At least for me. Like, the moment I read about a room made out of flesh, I was like, what is this? SCP 718 Keter. All SCP-718 instances placed in a single containment cell equipped with several napalm explosives and a sprinkler system filled with napalm. The bombs will explode, clearing the ice initially, and the sprinklers will spray for 5 hours straight, removing all SCP-718 substance still in containment. Also, Series 4, isn't that? Okay, that's the next one, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm also excited for Series 4, to be honest, because 3000 is the one the number itself I've seen the most when it came to SCP stuff. Even before I got into SCP, 300 was the one that I always seen floating around. I never looked into it what it was. I know a little bit about it. Not enough to like fully like talk about it, but I heard some stuff. But I am excited to reach Series 4 because of that one. Because it's the one that I have constantly been seeing things about. Even like recently, Creepcast with Wendy Goon and Hunter, Meat Canyon. They talked about it. They made a whole video about it. So I am excited to reach Series 4. So wait, did we want? Yeah, I'll keep an eye. Yeah, okay. SBs. Wait, did we actually read this? Oh, yeah, we did. I'll keep an eye on you. SB-756, Euclid used several high-powered electromagnets to destabilize the sun of SB-756. As a reaction to the sudden loss of the sun, the planets of SB-756 quickly move in straight paths. The planets easily bust through the walls of the containment room and destroy most of sight. How would you feel if someone did that to you? SB-946, Euclid. Convince -1 and -2 that the debates and the reality-altering effects it can produce have a net negative effect upon reality. Oh, it's the debate, the two people that argue against each other, yeah. And you have to be part of the argument. And that for the sake of stability and a more secure universe, it is best that they cease. They won't. After several days, a team of 12 debaters successfully convinced both entities of this fact. Upon agreeing all anomalous effects of SB-946 cease, however, a side effect of this is that all previous alterations to reality performed by SB-946 are undone. This results in the losses of major cornerstones of modern society, such as heavier than air flight, fossil fuels, and all plant-based sources of vitamin C. Furthermore, major alterations to history and the planet itself are rewarded, which, with multiple rivers and lakes, several countries such as Belgium, Japan, and as well as the moon, and the entire continent of Australia ceasing to exist. Finally, the fall of the Deviate civilization is undone, resulting in a CK-class dominance, restructuring of all known civilization. Change is good, deal with it. Yeah, I mean, if that's what's going to cause it, then yeah, change is good. SCP-1048, Keter. All anomalous items and Foundation personnel are to be evacuated from Site 24. Site 24 is to be then demolished via explosives. A lot of the ideas is just blow it up, man. Have you thought about just blowing it up? Seriously, did you really think this would work? Did you think all could just run away after you left me here to die? This isn't about the fucking bear, this is about me. I'm not exactly sure who got this proposal approved, but you become a center point of my suspicion. Dad, I'll follow you. I'll follow you if you try moving to hell. If I manage to infiltrate one of your sites, I could do it again. I don't care how many site security systems I have to ravage through to find you. I'm coming for you, father. And I can assure you it ain't gonna be pleasant for any of you. Well, good luck getting out of this. I'm out of water. After this SCP, I definitely have to head down to get some more water. SCP-1313, Keter. Ursus Arctos are to be introduced to the SCP-Y, and that's a symbol I've never seen before. No. Anomaly in order to prevent the manifestation via SCP-1313. Grizzly bears are successfully rendered non-existent. Man, it's all just jumping to other SCPs in the future, causing SCP-1313 to become inert. However, the sun, and I guess there's also one. Yeah. However, the sudden non-existence of extant grizzly bears is noticed around the world, primarily in those residing in zoos, resulting in a large amount of attention being focused on the lack of grizzly bears. This in turn results in redacted. Never divide by 0, never divide by y, and certainly never divide by a bear. SCP-1322, Keter sent a payload of 1000 miniature tuning forks through the aperture, each tuned to one of the 5 frequencies that constitute SB-1012. The resulting instance would reduce the hostile planet on the other side to cosmic vapor, allowing for the safe study and eventually closing of the anomaly itself. The massive SB-1012 instance echoes back through the normally soundproof aperture. As a result, Earth is also reduced to a dust cloud. The same thing happened to them when they tried it. Yeah, we read this. SCP-1341 Euclid incinerating SCP-1341. Shortly after being thrown into the fire, do we have SCP-1341 in the channel? Just curious now. 1341. We do! Yeah, it probably is the ones that we start to have on the... Yeah, the jungle inside your room. Yeah. Shortly after being thrown into the fire, SCP-1341 shatters once the jar is destroyed. An extremely large amount of soil and anomalous plant life is released from it, destroying Site-77 almost instantly. The area formerly occupied by Site-77 is given the designation SCP-1341. SCP-1341 now expands rapidly, assimilating any surface it comes across. Planet Earth's entire landmass is incorporated into SCP-1341 within less than 500 years. Earth is now mainly inhabited by -2 instances who prey on human and animal life. Although humanity managed to live on by constructing shelters to defend against -2, thousands of years of cultural and technological development is lost, forcing the human race to start rebuilding itself from scratch. Whoever made that jar must have been a fanatical green anarchist. SCP-1427, Keter coding SCP-1427 in SCP-148 with an etching of SCP-3003-1 and sending it to 3003 under the guise of a diplomatic gift. SCP-1427 poses no direct harm to Terran Homo sapiens, and the chance that SCP-1427 will break while on SCP-3003 is unlikely due to -3's disposition to praise vigils of -1. However, SCP-3003 manages to discover how to create SCP-148, which prevents the Foundation from using sanctioned telepathic anomalies to counteract SCP-3003's threat. Despite this, the overexposure to SCP-148 causes its mass to grow at record levels, rendering both planets, who were permanently connected through a portal populated with non-sentient humans. Invasive species from both planets manifest, including anomalous species from Earth. SCP-1000, infected with SCP-3003-1, quickly integrate inorganic and organic technology, causing a mass domestication extinction event on both planets and the inevitable spread of SCP-1000 society into the universe by creating organic instances of 3003-4. Never involve the bug people with your problems. Okay, I'm sorry. SCP-1609 Euclid. Insert SCP-1609 into a drum of hydrochloric acid to dissolve its remains. SCP-1609 entire pile was successfully lowered into hydrochloric acid and dissolved entirely. After several weeks of no suspicious activity, the acid container was sealed and placed under constant observation at storage site 08. Even though no activity was observed for the following 9 days, on day 10 of containment, the drum of acid spontaneously exploded and a humanoid entity composed entirely of hydrochloric acid emerged. This entity was actively hostile against any item or individual bearing a Foundation insignia, and additionally possessed the stability to teleport. 11 security personnel were lost in the ensuing containment breach. Recapture efforts failed because of the entity's amorphous nature and teleportation ability. In the days following this neutralization attempt, over 24 Foundation facilities report their drainage systems being infiltrated by traces of hydrochloric acid, resulting in casualties within less than a month. If you want to learn from your own mistakes, at least try learning from others. 1761 Euclid. An armed Foundation agent entering -1's chamber, making a declaration of war and conveniently executing the subject via gunshot. Dash 1 was successfully terminated. However, Dash 1's death triggered a collision between baseline reality and Dash 1's universe of origin, causing the entirety of the land territory controlled by the Republic of Arnold Fitzwilliams to manifest itself within consensus reality along with its inhabitants. The Republic of Arnold Fitzwilliams is an autocratic dictatorship governed by a unitary single-party state occupying approximately 120,000 kilometer squares of territory and inhabiting over 10 million household inhabitants by over 25 million Fitzwilliam citizens. As a result of this shift, over 6 million baseline civilians, 700,000 baseline households, and 142 Foundation personnel are instantly misplaced. Mass panic breaks out among the population of the Republic of Arnold Fitzwilliams, with Fitzwilliam authorities blaming Earth governments for crimes against the state. As the Fitzwilliam state also appears to possess awareness of the SCP Foundation and its activities, a lifted rail scenario becomes initiated, which is particularly costly for the Foundation to suppress. Das Strafvyet Mud. Fitzwilliams. SCP-1775, Euclid destruction of SCP-1775 via controlled demolition -X instances break containment, fleeing SCP-1775 shortly after its destruction and attacking nearby Foundation forces. -X proved to be extraordinarily powerful, and the Foundation suffers numerous casualties in the attempt to neutralize them. Don't fix what ain't broken. Almost halfway. Almost. I'm telling you, this is gonna be a long one. SB-1909 archived. Euclid, removing all historically valuable items from SB-1909 and filling it with wet cement. Immediately after SB-1909 is sealed off, the corpse of Alexander the Great after -A becomes active and exhibits type green, greatest concern reality bending capabilities after... Damn, the wind's outside. It's pretty strong. Maybe I should close the window. Yeah, it dropped 4 degrees in here. It dropped 4 degrees. Immediately after escaping confinement, Dash produces a hypnotic effect on all citizens of the Hellenic Republic and the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia, as well as all human beings with the given name Alexander or some variant of it. Dash creates widespread global unrest via its actions and proclaims its desire to conquer the world. Wait a minute, render onto Caesar. Wait, hold on a minute. Is that what I think it is? Yeah, that's the... Yeah. Wait, is it not? Wait, hold on. This says archived. Has it changed? That's still Conqueror's Tomb. Alexander? Yeah, it's still the same. Okay. Okay, interesting. So archive does not... Is it just an older version? In the meantime, I just slowly keep on reading. SB-2006, Keter SB-2913 is to be introduced to SB-2006, with SB-2913 having been instructed beforehand to act terrifying. Attending staff are then to act as if SB-2913 is extremely scary. Staff are to ignore all attempts to scare them by SB-2006, claiming that it is not scary at all compared to SB-2913, prompting SB-2006 to turn into a severed hand similar to SB-2913. SB-2006 is then to be immediately fed to SB-101, which is to be positioned nearby beforehand. That's odd. That's odd. Why is this one? While the neutralization attempt initially appears to be successful, 72 hours after the conclusion of the attempt, SB-206 is observed to emerge from SCP-101 in the form of a swarm of flies. SCP-2006 then proceeds to claim it has seen some new super scary stuff before turning to what it is believed to be an intestinal worm. Said worm is over 10 kilometers in length, destroying the site in the process of transformation and attempting to approach and scare several nearby towns in its new form. The Alaskan bullworm. The containment breach results in a large number of casualties and a massive breach in secrecy. SCP-2006 is eventually recontained thanks to the combined efforts of the Foundation and DOC in a full-scale military effort. However, the event makes global news and requires excessive anesthetic dosing along with production of a low-quality horror film to cover up. 4 out of 5 stars. We'll watch again. SCP-2030 Keller. The Foundation will ban in secrecy and make television illegal or similar devices illegal. After 562 years, all traces of SCP-2030 have been wiped from the Earth. However, the human race has stagnated massively. Humanity no longer relied on technology, and 96.3% of the population joins a monotheistic cult similar to deified civilization promoting return to Eden. After an unclear amount of time, this cult successfully destroys SCP-001 and regresses nearly all known sapient life to an animal-like state. Because of this, Earth never develops any defense against an asteroid that destroys all known organic life. The enemy of humanity's enemy isn't always your friend. SCP-2123 Keller all power to the super collider. Oh god, this is a long one. And destroy the electromagnets with conventional explosives. SCP-2123 undergoes an incursion event 5 minutes before electromagnetic destruction, causing an aborted incomplete excursion event. Immediate effects include an explosive gamma ray burst from SCP-2131, causing complete destruction of the containment site, but no other casualties are reported. Gamma ray bursts become more prevalent throughout the universe, indicating high levels of matter/antimatter annihilation. 2 days later, SCP-1548 increases its inactivity at a rate of 9,800% as instances of SCP-1584-Omega breach the solar system and are systemically annihilated by the concentrated solar flares. 3 days later, SCP-736 redirects Iapetus towards Saturn, causing the ejection of Titan towards the Earth. 2 weeks later, SCP-2631 enters an active state and emits multiple waves of nanites, but Operation 99 Triburantaka is successful in disruption communication with the Kuiper Belt, preventing the release, apparently with 0.1% of the mass involved in the explosions being antimatter, igniting the upper atmosphere of the Earth in the process of destroying the satellites. Gamma radiation in the upper atmosphere is seen to increase. 37 hours later, a relativistic payload enters the inner solar system and, apparently due to the misaligned communications and antimatter collisions, enters the opposite side of Earth's orbit and collides with SCP-2092 instead, vaporizing both. Final communication detected from SCP-2092 states that despite the correct answer, Earth must still wait 2 more millennia. 2 months later, SCP-2399 starts repairs at a greatly accelerated level, successfully launching from the Great Red Spot and accelerating towards the Earth. 12 hours later, extreme levels of gamma ray bursts are detected throughout the Triangulum galaxy. The launch of SCP-2399 causes SCP-2117 to activate and autonomously engage to intercept. On approach to the Earth, SCP-2399 collides with Titan, and the resulting explosion annihilates 37% of Titan's mass and diverts into the surviving portion of the Moon. SCP-2460 is gravitationally separated from the Earth and collides with the Titan Moon conglomeration, just as SCP-2117 fires plant-bursting weapons at the lunar mass. The Titan Moon conglomeration undergoes quantum spin annihilation, and the weapon's fire passes harmlessly through the lunar mass to impact the Earth, causing its destruction. SCP-319-2 is released, and the universe undergoes energy state reduction, but is reversed by the sudden activation of SCP-2700, causing the universe to remake itself at the Earth. Everybody hates you. Everybody. No, don't hate me. I'm just some guy reading SCP logs. Don't hate me. Which is, I'm still like baffled that I had that. I'm still baffled that there was a guy that was just so mad at me for uploading daily videos. Like as if you have nothing better to be mad about, you know, like there's injustice in the world, there's shit happening to people and animals that is not deserved. You should get mad at that, not because there's a dude online that just uploads a video per day, like 2 videos per day about a fictional world that people like to read or talk about. SB2144 Euclid. Lock SB2144 in a hermetically sealed container. SB2144 expires via assistol. On the night after successful neutralization, all personnel involved in neutralization attempt claim to have been visited by an entity known as -1, referring to itself as Mel. In their respective dreams, -1 accuses said personnel of murder of SCP-2144 and that they will pay dearly. Over the course of the next 9 months, the targeted personnel had expired via cyanide poisoning. Instances of SCP-2144 have been found with the corpses of each personnel, albeit these instances appear to be heavily disfigured or malformed. Don't fuck with mommy. SB2282 Euclid euthanized as it approaches the end of its natural lifespan. SB2282 undergoes sudden spatial distortion upon expiry, its non-Euclidean digestive tract expanding to fill Euclidean space. There are extensive descriptions of the effect of the spatial distortion on the intending doctors, along with a calculation of lost productivity and distraught family members. The smell of 60 million kilograms of decaying gold entrails is described in detail. A Foundation-wide barbecue is recommended. Oops, you already tried this, lol. Okay, did we? I don't remember, but sure. And this is the last one before we dive into the territory that we of SPs we haven't read yet. And we just, yeah, kind of past the halfway point a little bit. SB2284, Euclid. SB2284 is to be like, let's see, like there's like, I mean, it looks like a lot, to be honest. Yeah, but it's just, yeah, it's fine, it's fine. Euclid SB2284 is to be made to consume a small quantity of 3634-A once every 24 hours. This will make SB2284 incapable of speaking anything but the truth, eliminating the possibility of him manipulating Foundation personnel actions for his own benefit. Due to the alcoholic nature of 3634-A, the implementation of this procedure becomes impractical after SB2284 becomes intoxicated and subsequently attacks personnel with a broken bottle, resulting in 2 casualties and 1 death. Oh, the good old Christmas spirit. SB2513. So now, this is all SBs we have no idea about. This is all SBs we will eventually know about. But I don't think I will probably remember some of them vaguely in the future, but maybe not too much. But I would ask nonetheless, should we... Actually, no, I'm just gonna read. That's what I do. That's what I do. I deliver the full thing. I read the full thing. SB2513, Euclid. Destruction of the bridge via timed C4 explosive charge. SB2513's anomalous effects spread to every bridge located within the territory of the Republic of Italy. Massive public anti-Carthage hysteria ensues before the attempted cover-up can be completed. Italy declares war on Tunisia, resulting in widespread geopolitical turmoil. ITU Foundation. SB2516 Euclid. Send -1, which is still alive, through -2, followed by destruction of -2 via explosives. Again, a lot of the solutions are just like, just blow it up, bro. just blow it up. Don't think about it, just blow it up. 3 months following the destruction of -2, individuals from -1's universe enter baseline reality and begin attacking all civilians. Hold on. Wait, hold on. I need to look at that again. Yeah. Okay, it's gone. Apparently, -1 informed members of its reality of baseline reality and the Foundation. Due to the Foundation's illegal detention of -1, war is declared on baseline reality. Western Europe is then engulfed by an invasion from the Elohimite Latin Pontificate, a supranational political entity in which Tower is apparently a leading member state. Don't be selfish, think about the other side. I wish Howard was here to explain, to tell me like how much is left to read afterwards with the, 2306, 2307, 2308, 2309. Because we are going to spend some time here. Alison Eckert Kidder. So is that like, which number is that? Oh, is it just... I guess so, okay, fine. Keter, enact neutralization. Man, Keter sounds a lot more fun to say, I will be honest. I might return to Keter eventually, because like it's Keter, like I understand it's Latin, but Keter is a lot more fun to say. Enact neutralization proposal Alison Eckert by exposing Alison Eckert to Alison Eckert. Wait, there's two? This is different? Oh. Interesting. Alison Eckert undergoes semantic dissociation upon exposure to Alison Eckert, resulting in Alison Eckert assuming the identity of Alison Eckert. Alison Eckert's anomalous properties, however, not only just persist, but also spread to every Alison Eckert on Earth, which previously held the identity of Alison Eckert. This causes an enormous containment breach, leading to global exposure to Alison Eckert. The ensuing mass hysteria results in an immense number of Alison Eckerts manifesting around the world, with casualties number of Alison Eckert. God, I don't know what to say. What the fuck was this even supposed to mean? SCP-2660, Euclid destruction at close range for a small arms fire. At the moment of firing, the bullet use accelerates to approximately 2.5 kilometers per hour. Wait, per second. Never mind. Wow, that shit is fast. Burning itself in an adjacent cell wall, weakening the containment structure to the point where it subsequently begins to collapse. SCP-2660 is observed to shatter. All personnel who are at the time already aware of SCP-2660, including 95% of the personnel at Site 18, and 4 members of the O5 Council, instantly become singularly focused on SCP-2660 and not unable to think of anything else. More task force are deployed to contain the situation, but many agents are unavoidably exposed to knowledge of SCP-2660 in the process and thus become fixated upon its concepts. SCP-2660 affected persons who are terminated by uninfected mobile task force operatives are observed to become incorporeal but remain animate. At this point, nearly 2 hours after the initial neutralization attempt, all knowledge of the ongoing situation begins to exhibit SCP-2660's cognitive hazard, and the majority of Foundation leadership become infected. Site 18 is successfully locked in an information quarantine, but the Foundation as a whole suffers heavily from irreparable hazardous infection. 2 days later, all knowledge of the SCP Foundation begins to exhibit SCP-2660's info hazard. A massive breach of information occurs shortly after, following the complete infection of the human race. The log ends as large numbers of people suddenly become incorporeal. Sometimes breaking things puts them back together. SCP-2707 Euclid. Termination of SCP-2707 via injection of hydrogen cyanide followed by accumulation of its carcass. No observable side effects are detected until 20 years following the termination of SCP-2707. A magnitude 8.4 earthquake occurs on Iceland, triggering volcanic activity in the island. Simultaneously, a Category 5 cyclone occurs in the Indonesian archipelago and devastates the nation of Greater Indonesia. In addition, an unknown venomous liquid is detected in the water of the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans, causing the extinction of over 90% known species of marine animals and plants. About 90% of the world's water is deemed unfit for drinking. Wars begin when you kill off the messenger. SCP-2719 Keter. Foundation AI program will be used to bypass SB 2719's information restriction and attempt to make SB 2719 become outside. Okay. AI went inside. Inside confused. SB 2719 become inside out. AI became inside. SB 2719 became inside. What the fuck is this shit? I don't know. SB 2928 Euclid, increasing the efforts of operating Kutsu 100-fold to neutralize the mimetic effects of SB 2928. As interest in ninjas increased worldwide, a new version of SB 2928 is usually discovered by accident several times independently. This new version, likely an adaptation but put on by increased desensitization, makes those in alpha phase undetectable. This isn't really that bad. Now everyone's a mutant ninja. TMNT? Is that what's going to happen? SB 2935 Keller. Unknown. The first 10 pages of -A's documentations are blank. The phrase Keller came back is repeated several hundred times for approximately 24 pages, each numbered. Example 1, Keller came back, 2, Keller came back, etc. Each iteration of the phrase is handwritten via pen or pencil. Handwriting is inconsistent between iterations, suggesting each phrase was written down independently of the other, albeit in sequential order, over a substantial period of time. Don't touch it. Seriously. SB 2950 Keller. Foundation personnel would upload a picture of SB 2950 in its current form to the internet with the caption, "This is nothing. Don't pay any attention to it." At the bottom. The image would become an internet meme and many people believe that the chair is nothing, thus demanifesting SB 2950 completely. Image was successful at becoming a popular internet meme, being shared over different websites, each gathering thousands of views. However, shortly after becoming an internet meme, a separate version of the internet meme spawned from the original image, which shows a picture of SB 2950 along with the caption, "This is God. Pay all of your attention to me," along with an image of no silly. Is it 343? Is that the number? Image of the famous painting God the Father by Peter de Gereber. This image was sufficiently more popular than the original, and on SB 2950 transformed into Redacted, causing a YK subjective reality reconstruction scenario of the observable universe. Seeing is believing. Okay, let's see how. Yeah. (308) Euclid purchased the IKEA Corporation using multiple Foundation fronts, liquidated the corporation, shut down all IKEA facilities. Yeah, I heard that IKEA was a SCP. Then used controlled demolition to destroy SB 308 and all other IKEA buildings. Multiple Walmart buildings become SB 308 instances. Testimony from escaping survivors indicate that the interior of SB 308-1 gradually shifted to become Walmart-like. And any SB 308-2 instances within these shifted spaces now wore blue shirts and slacks typical of Walmart employees. These instances became significantly more aggressive even during the hours the lights were on. Drones sent into -1 show a space similar to an infinitely sized Walmart in which -2 instances will randomly destroy the shelving and retail materials contained within. No human survivors have been found. If you destroy something's habitat, it will find new hunting grounds. SCP 3033 Keller POY 7701 is to be shown 2140, thereby retroactively renting her recruitment into the Chaos Insurgency and the subsequent creation of SB 3033. Following the defection of senior researcher Madison Cracks to the... It's annoying. The Chaos Insurgency, largely advanced SB 3033 instances are created based off the designs reverse engineered from several anomalies and large amounts of sensitive data, which were taken from the Foundation when Cracks defected. Interviews with captured instances have revealed that they are in a state of constant pain and despair due to their positions, but are unable to conceptualize any harmful actions against Cracks or the Chaos Insurgency as a whole. At heart, she's a wicked woman. 3098. I do hope, even though I don't understand any of this right now, I do hope everybody who watches the video and has read any of these SCPs that I haven't read yet, that you appreciate the fact that I say appreciate it very aggressively, but I just mean, like, I hope you just enjoy that I am reading the rest of these, because for you, maybe this could mean something more, like, it's like, oh my god, this one, yeah, I remember that one. And then there's just a silly idea, which, again, at this very point, I don't know the reference it's doing. But yeah, just hope you all enjoy it. SCP-3098 Euclid. Detonate explosive again with the fucking explosives. Charges spaced every 2 meters on the sides of SCP-3098 and -1. Object destroyed. 1 week later, they remanifested with no change in their anomalous properties. What? That can't all be exciting. SCP-3185 Euclid. Replace employees in the job positions affected by SCP-3185 with Foundation agents, while forwarding all mail sent to these agents' publicly listed addresses to a specific PO box for collection and destruction. SCP-3185 ceases to use business letters as the primary way to transmit its anomalous effect. Instead, a humanoid entity whose appearance subjects are unable to recall forcibly abducts Foundation agents in the employed positions. When new employees are hired at the positions, they are abducted within 1 business day and are not returned for 2 to 3 months. Even after the Foundation ceases employing agents as the affected companies, the new civilian employees are taken at the same rate. The large number of spontaneous supernatural kidnappings and equally sudden returns causes a broken masquerade scenario, and instability and paranoia surrounding the film companies and the RIAA/MPA leads to a general crisis in the Hollywood film industry. Let them do their fucking job. SCP-3453 Keller. Via use of conceptual engineering, a standard containment chamber is to conceptually linked to the concepts of reality, and SCP-3453's containment. SCP-3453 is then to be placed inside its containment chamber in an attempt to initiate a permanent repeat of the result of containment strategy 3453.121. SCP-3453 immediately escaped from the containment chamber as the concept of reality has now been associated with failure. Via the failure of SCP-3453 containment, reality itself began to destabilize. It's midnight. Fuck. This effect is further reinforced by a continuing failed attempt at containing SCP-3453, eventually culminating in a CK-class reality failure scenario. If your reality is loose, beware the juice. SCP-3812 Keller. Administer SCP-3812 antipsychotic medication in an attempt to curb schizophrenic symptoms. SCP-3812 attempt to sincerely aid his struggles with mental health and reverted several changes he made to the baseline timeline. The following pages consist of more information on SCP-3812's temporal alterations before briefly describing that a signal, it's all future stuff, of unknown contents is received by researchers assigned to SCP-3812 through an unknown means. The document then ends abruptly. Unknown, the entire section was redacted. SCP-3848 Keller. Victims of SCP-3848 are to be given amnestics of the highest non-lethal dosage and are to be retrained in the forgotten concepts. When randomly and at identical intervals of SCP-3848, lower-class amnestics are to be exposed to random multiplicities in the world through tap water, air conditioning, food, etc., in the attempt to build an immunity to memory loss. Result of the neutralization attempt: the first SCP-3848 antimemetic effect diminishes after several exposure to amnestic affected communities, but builds up an immunity to the amnestics and cause irreparable mental and memetic damage to affected communities, including a high percentage of Foundation personnel. Eventually, SCP-3848 affects up to 99% of the population, causing all areas of society collapse. Imagine the action of a vaccine, not just in terms of how it affects a single body, but also in terms of how it affects the collective body of a community. SCP 3906, Keter, have all inhabitants of the Central Visayas region in the Philippines consume 100 baluts, administer emergency contraceptives into water and food supply to terminate all pregnancies in the region, and use a cover-up story about a genetic disease. I already can see how this goes wrong. Any individuals who cannot physically eat should be terminated through chemical injection. SCP 3906 effects expands to the entirety of the Philippine island and regions where more than 40% of the population were born on the Philippines. Due to the many regions affected not having specific containment procedures active or lack of a Sinulog Santo Nino festival altogether, SB 3906 renders most of the Philippine population and Philippine-born individuals to be converted into rock salt, vinegar, saling labuyo, and embryonic ducks. Don't mess with traditions. Yeah, better not. SB 3932, Keter, introduced several species of Selachimorpha sharks to the seas of Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, and Australia. To exterminate all three SCP 3932 that nation states. I knew that symbol once, but I forgot it. The introduced sharks must be readily neutered so that they do not become an invasive species. The sort of neutralization attempt. Number of instances inhabiting Oceania is thinned significantly from 75,000 to an estimated 50 to 200. Survivors of this neutralization attempt begin fleeing to the Philippine Sea in the north. The Foundation attempts to curb the surviving instances by mapping the migration paths and hunting near extinction. Within a little more than a decade, the surviving population of SCP 3932 number at less than 100. However, the rate of SCP 3932 sightings in the seas of India and Africa increased substantially. Foundation ecologists and politicians determined that surviving SCP 3932 instances have reunited under a nomadic tribal structure and are currently inhabiting the South Atlantic Ocean, wandering on a path to the waters of North America. SCP-3932 instances are hunted on the migration paths whenever spotted, yet they manage to reach as far as Central America within a few years. Captured SCP-3932 instances claim to be seeking revenge against the Foundation by flooding North America for its employment of genocidal war strategy. In the year 2038, continuous and united SCP-3932 efforts caused a chain reaction, ultimately resulting in the complete collapse of the tunnel network established by SCP-1238, the partial collapse of the North American continental shelf, and the permanent flooding of a large area of gold zone by the Pacific Ocean to the depths of up to meters. This results in the total annihilation of SCP-3932. However, it also leads to over 1 million human casualties within 24 hours of the incident occurrence and the destruction of approximately square kilometer of land. The complete destruction of the cities of Boise, Olympia, Portland, Sacramento, Salem, San Francisco, Seattle, Spokane, Vancouver, and Victoria, among others. And an unquantifiable large amount of property damage. The anomalous properties of SCP-3932 persist, and traps of SCP-3932 begin to reappear within the water of Oceania by the year 2059. You can't just destroy what you can't maintain stable diplomatic relations with. Dolphin or not, that's a war crime. SCP-4144, Keter, employ SCP-6871 to remove the concept of breakfast from history. The concept of lunch attains the anomalous properties previously displayed by the concept of breakfast. There is no record in existence that indicates any human being who has ever lived has ever had a meal which could be described as lunch. In addition to this, S-1 instances now react with hostility against people who are employed under the SCP Foundation. After the Foundation is founded in 1000, the enormous nature of SCP-4144 and -1 is discovered, leading to enormous casualties of S-1 attacks targeting Foundation personnel occur globally. This causes the Foundation to dissolve very shortly after its founding, practically preventing the SCP Foundation from ever coming into existence. Oh, the unfounded. Oh, okay. A protagonist cannot exist without the antagonist. In the end, what you have in your hands is a gun turned to both directions. SCP-4179 Euclid. Expose SCP-4179 to SCP-3027 by teaching SCP-3027 to all who know SCP-4179. SCP-4179 absorbs the insentient properties of SCP-3027. The two languages instantly combine into a single new language with attributes of both that are immediately understood by all who already knew either language beforehand. SCP-4179 quietly breaks into containment through altering the meaning of words to spread further. As a result, written language become obsolete in 10 years, and SCP-4179 is the only language spoken by humans, including SCP-303-3. SCP-4179 uses SCP-303 resources to combine the societies of SCP-303 and Earth, including the conversion of Earth humans into -3, -1 spread throughout Earth's biomes, and any species that evolves to become predators to -1 are immediately killed off, causing a mass extinction. The post-303 government uses anomalies to spread their reach to other dimensions and universes to expose more humans to -1 and SCP-4179. The most powerful weapon of humanity is the language. Yeah, that's true, to be honest. Okay, let's see how much. We're almost there. We're getting there. It's not. Maybe like another 20 minutes. SCP, maybe. I don't know. SCP-4321. Keller. Embed and activate explosives within SCP-4321's hard pool, destroying what is suspected to be the core of its anomalous nature. After the explosives are detonated, every plant life on SCP-4321 begins to gradually wither and die out. A massive crack forms around the crater created by the explosion, which rapidly expands until it splits the entirety of SCP-4321 in half. SCP-4321 splits into two pieces, causing large quantities of sap to pour out from within its body. The sap floods the nearby town of, giving every single one of the town's inhabitants low-level thaumaturgic abilities. In addition, one of the pieces split from SCP-4321's mass falls and crashes onto the Earth, resulting in widespread collateral damage to a humanoid incineration of SCP-4321, the physical appearance of which varies, visits the inhabitants of in their dreams and explains that the Foundation is responsible for the devastation unleashed upon their town. The survivors of the disastrous results of this neutralization attempt used their newly gained thaumaturgic abilities to wage war on the Foundation and form a guerrilla insurgency group called the Dreamwalkers, which rapidly grow in the subsequent years, become one of the Foundation's strongest adversaries, costing the organization a great amount of resources and casualties. And the dreams that you dream of, dreams really come true. SCP-4335. Keller, download the More TNT Minecraft mod and install it to the server. Oh, there's a Minecraft SCP. Use several thousand Foundation bot accounts to mine the necessary materials to craft 1 million nukes out from the mod. Nukes will be placed around SCP-4335's inner containment cube and remotely detonated from a safe distance. Over the course of 2 months, nukes were gathered and were detonated on 19. After nearly 16 hours of continuous lag generated by the nukes, SCP-4335 breached containment by manifesting in the real world at redacted, causing redacted casualties and a complete breach of secrecy for the Foundation. After analysis, it appeared that the nukes gave SCP-4335 enough energy to manifest itself in baseline reality. If you nuke something a million times, it won't be happy with you. You don't say. SCP-4455. Keller, kill SCP-4455. It didn't work. Brevity is the soul of the way. Just kill him. It didn't work. Reminds me of the Attack on Titan. Not a bridge, but like the explained, like the really short Attack on Titan explained, like the first season, where you see Eren. Like some of the voices are it's all like different voice actors for the characters, not the actual official ones. But then it's like the one who voices Eren goes like, "Annie, come with us, please, please, please." And he's like, "No," and Eren's like, "It didn't work," because it was like supposed to be a plan. Like, oh yeah, it was Eren's like, it's like Eren was like, Here's my safe and foolproof plan to lure Annie into a trap. And then it just cuts to Aaron going like, Annie, come with us, please, please, please. Annie going, no. And then Aaron just shouting, it didn't work. And you see Erwin in the background, God fucking damn it. That's how I'll read that. Kill SCP-4455. It didn't work. SCP-4477. Keter, execute SCP-4477 through standard lethal injection procedures administered intravenously. SCP-4477 successfully terminated. The manifestation of -1 instances did not cease and continued to manifest at specific youth gatherings on a weekly basis. Containment made significantly more difficult from a lack of the pre-warning system that SCP-4477 provided and the now deceased nature of all -1 instances. You really thought killing Jesus would work. The Romans have a bridge to sell you. Okay, I'm just going to scroll all the way down like this. SCP-4946, Keter/Thormiel, Sunny Skies Analytics are to report a number of dysentery cases significantly higher than the number in the Fibonacci sequence for the corresponding day in an attempt to forcefully neutralize the probabilistic anomaly. Several governmental institutions noticed that the gross over-exaggeration of dysentery cases and revoked Sunny Skies Analytics qualifications for official reports of dysentery cases. As such, all produced dysentery reports are illegitimatized, with other Foundation fund companies unable to report the requisite amount due to a temporary ban preventing reports of non-verifiable illnesses. The entire population of the Earth is then killed off via the unexpected activation of a dormant strain of mutated airborne dysentery manufactured by SCP-353 and accidentally spread globally in the previous activation of the Inouye Protocol due to several of the DR01 instances being infected. Several Foundation AIs registered these deaths independently, leading to a total number of reported dysentery cases equivalent to the corresponding Fibonacci number. SCP-4946 is considered neutralized the next day due to a complete lack of dysentery reports. Rounding up can only get you so far, so don't yourself over it. SCP-4999 Keter is a gas of an SCP-500 pill created by 038 and put through an 101 in SCP-194. Oh, I'm back where I'm back, baby. There is to be administered to all known parts of the Earth, including anomalous locations and making Earth's population temporarily invincible. 5 days after the event occurred, SCP-5999 was found to manifest in front of newborn children, therefore making the neutralization method futile. Also, SCP-4999 was found to have changed its appearance to a sentient small brown teddy bear. After the month, SCP-4999 turned back into the smoking man form. Don't hurt what's helping. Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's see. We should be very... Yeah, we're like, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away. We're so close. SCP-505 Euclid. Launch a tactical missile attack on SCP-505 from Site 449. SCP-505 is hit by a launch missile and collapses within several minutes, yet inhabitants of -8 do not show any signs of being freed from SCP-505's effects and do not seem too distressed at the fact that it was destroyed. 3 days after the neutralization attempt is carried out, Site 449 receives a radio signal coming from an unknown source within -A. The content of the signal consists of a single line, "I am unbound at last." Immediately after this message is deciphered, every living person and sapient SCP on Site 449 fall under the effects of SCP-505. Site 449 begins broadcasting radio signals similar in frequency to signals broadcast by SCP-505. Site 449 is subsequently redesigned as SCP-505. Legends live on through memories. Gods live on through people. As long as people exist, so will gods. SCP-5243, Keter Aquamatic Abatement Facility AFD of Site 43 is to be relocated to an uninhabited pocket universe in order to sever SCP-5243 and its temporal effects from baseline reality. AFD is successfully relocated. However, on the next 8 September, SCP-5243 recurs, reconstituting the facility in its prior location at Site 43. Although SCP-5343 SCP-5243 successfully recontained baseline reality, nevertheless undergoes a CK class reality restructuring event due to the failure to also contain SCP-5243 in the pocket universe, retro-casually replacing baseline reality with an apocalyptic timeline known to be similar. 5/5243 clearance required. Where all 7 of the personnel killed by SCP-5243 in 2002 instead survived and proceeded to devastate Earth. Although sections of Site-43 remain somewhat functional and serve as a bastion against the 7 altered personnel. Professional Task Force SCP-5243 are unable to revert the timeline to baseline the following 8 September as SCP-5243 recurs simultaneously in both the home universe and the pocket universe to which AF-D was relocated. Instead, the CK class event occurred the following day, retro-casually replaces the timeline with another apocalyptic timeline. Additionally, due to the failure to contain SCP-5243 in the pocket universe, 5/01 clearance required is erased from reality in the pocket universe, causing each further failed containment of SCP-5243 to progressively increase the damage to the remaining containment infrastructure at Site-43. After 2 more recurrences and failed recontainments of SCP-5243, this damage reached 100%, destroying Site-43, which by now is home to the last population of surviving humans on Earth, and killing most of the remaining personnel. In a final attempt to set the timeline to normal, PDF SCP-5243 used a cross-multiversal travel device seized from another timeline jumper to travel to the pocket universe and attempt to recontain SCP-5243 there. On the following 8 September, the pocket universe collapses. PDF SCP-5243 never returned, and SCP-5243 continues to recur indefinitely in the home universe, with Earth now completely barren of life, save for the 7 altered Site-43 personnel who continue to be regenerated by SCP-5243 each 8th September, out of sight, out of mind, out of control. SCP-5362 Euclid Provisional. All known instances of SCP-5362 in writing or depicted imagery are to be erased. A cover-up story is to be told to all Foundation personnel with less than level 4 clearance that the depictions were lost in a fire. 2 weeks after this, an unknown cult was found scrawling pictures of SCP-5362 on trees outside Site-301. It seems that this cult are also anomalous as they were not caught on recordings and the trees afterwards were impervious to any damage. Some will still believe. Item 6806 Euclid. Lock all exits to the room SCP-6806 appears in, then have an agent terminate it via gunshot. If SCP-6806 can interact with physical objects, the fired bullet would make contact with SCP-6806 and kill it. Agent call is made to fire at SCP-6806 after it appears on Site-58's break room security footage. Security footage shows the fired bullet making contact with SCP-6806. Upon contact, the bullet goes through SCP-6806, leaving a tunnel-shaped hole in its body and hitting a nearby wall. After the bullet goes through SCP-6806, every individual on the footage except SCP-6806 freezes in place. SCP-6806 then slowly turns its head to look at Agent Carter, at which point the footage cuts to static. Site-58 subsequently experiences an event similar to Incident 6806 Parisia. All contact is lost with Site-58. Foundation investigator later found the facility to be completely empty of all personnel. No record of the incident other than a 3-hour-long film of Agent Carter repeating a torturous cycle of drowning and being resurrected only to drown again, having been fully submerged in water and had her feet tied up to a large rock. Is recovered by the investigation team. Man, I used to like this cartoon. Why do you have to ruin my childhood? Last 2 ones, good. SCP-6828 Keter. The Foundation would systematically undermine the government of the Republic of Serbia to illegally annex the country of Albania. Later, resources of the Serbian military would be exploited to reject and suppress ethnic Albanian identity. Any international criticism would be dismissed. Serbia will become a foundation satellite state, and any socio-political movement supporting Albanian identity will be brutally oppressed. The sort of neutralization attempt, the crimes committed on the Albanian people by the foundation leads to the successive occurrence of multiple impaler events targeting members of the O5 Council, Ethics Committee, MTF agents, and several leading Level 4 clearance foundation personnel. Furthermore, the number of SCP-6828 occurrences among the Serbian population increased drastically. The situation worsens to a point where the Foundation's weakened administration fails to fight back against a nationwide ethnic revolution led by SCP-6828-A instances, who now comprise 60 to 65% of the country's population in Serbia. Subsequent ethnic cleansing of the non-A population of Serbia, Kosovo, and Albania result in 1 to 5 million civilian casualties and prompts UN intervention. The rate of -A occurrences worldwide do not decrease as a result. You are watched, you're not protected, and you're definitely not loved. And the last one, SCP-3930, dropping a bombshell on the... Of course we ended this with an explosion. Explosions. I can't even speak anymore. Explosives. Dropping a bombshell on the current location of SCP-3930, demolishing it entirely. Foundation aircraft disguised as military-grade planes hijacked by paramilitian terrorists demolish SCP-3930 via aerial bombing. SCP-3930 is completely destroyed, resulting in the deaths of all of its employees and the civilians inside it. Hours after the destruction of SCP-3930, an anonymous website named www.wholestory.com appears on the internet and begins posting adult films exclusive featuring the current instance of -1 and Foundation personnel. This website cannot be blocked, censored, or banned from the public in any other way. This consequently results in a breach of secrecy for the SCP Foundation and a massive privacy breach for its employees. The website is visited by 10,000 individuals in a month thanks to digital advertising created and distributed by the site. The rate of suicides among -1 instances is seen to increase as a result of more widespread exposure to instances of -A. Oh boy. Oh boy is right, because we just finished this massive chunker of a read. Sweet Lord, can you imagine having a whole data file on how to neutralize majority of Euclid, or well, not majority, a good amount, neutralize a good amount of Euclid or Keter SCPs just to find out that it either doesn't work, is just a hiatus, or causes massive damage to the foundation employees and secrecy. There we go. Because that's what it is, right? Like it's like, oh hey, we have a whole way to like figure out how to get rid of SCPs, and then you find out like, yeah, but either it doesn't really kill them, they will come back somehow, either A, worse, or B, different. Or the foundation or the employees of the foundation will lose a massive amount of people, and of course the fact that the foundation won't be a secret anymore. You could also get a bunch of innocent people getting killed. So that's yeah, literally nothing. Nothing is good about that. That was, oh shit, that was actually a lot longer than an hour. That was like shit. That was almost 2 hours of a read. God damn.